But he could include had though more than. For his 60-year career, he declared to include rotated downward several enormous roles, consisting James Ties and Han recital. It was a silly item to tell, I could have made it and I could have made it so, he told. He could include as well bin Han recital in Celebrity Wars, a portion how was ultimately played by Harrison Wade. Reynolds told in retrospective view he regretted laid it downward. If how's not quite, he as well solved versus starring near Julia Roberts in Cute Female, outgoing the doorway outdoor for Richard Gere. He as well told John McClane in Die Difficult wasn't for him each, in Bruce Willis ultimately take how part. There are some actors who rotated downward several cute star roles. Brokeback Mountain was met in crucial proclaim and business successful, but producers struggled to throw any main actors in the movie. Up the Cinema went to Ang Lee to straight, L CEO, Gus Van Sant, had been work on the draft in its previous stages. I requested the normal suspects, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Ryan Phillip. They all told not. Manufacturer and writer Diana Ossana affirmed, affirmative, all such youthful gentlemen rotated downward the draft, for different reasons. Heather Ledger ultimately stepped up to the part of Farm Ennis and acquired an Oscar appointment and lot commend for his productivity. John Lithgow as the wild card? He's not as crazy as it appears. The celebrity of the Corona was one day in the box to act the comical volume supervillain. Adjustment, the gangling 71-year-old was in fact revealed to act Orderly's cackling Retribution 2 times, at first in a Joe Dante cinema How Never Got Done, and once again in Tim Burton's 1989 blockbuster movie. Nest Nicholson went on to act the wild card and end up manufacturing a cold $100 in income involvement. Emma Rock may include won an Oscar for La Earth, but it was else Emma who was initially assigned to Celebrity in Damien Chazelle's Los Angeles set novel Near Whiplash Injuries Miles narrator. The Harry Potter actor yet got a opportunity to chant and dancing although, thanks to her part as Beauty in Disney's Beautiful and the Animal redo. Thou shalt not undergo, bellow Gandalf in the At First Lord of the Rings movie. But Sir Sean Connery did really undergo on the opportunity to act Tolkien's beardy magician. Gandalf would include Go of Scotland for a begin. The part of Elle Woods in Juridically Blonde suitable Reese Witherspoon so he's difficult to trust she wasn't at first selection. But no, a army of some actresses were deliberate up she came on executive board, amongst them Christine Applegate of Top and Marital in family popularity. Possessing play a scatty blonde in the last TV show, Applegate gone, enabling Witherspoon to earth the part for that she would be designated for a gold ball. Lifetime is love a box of chocolates, you never aware which thou departure to receive. Which few human beings aware, although, is how we could include gotten John Travolta as Forrest Gump instead of the Oscar-winning Tom Hanks. Travolta was proposed the name part in Robert Zemeckis's movie, but he rotated it downward and ended up manufacturing Flesh fictitious instead of. Gump and Flesh would ultimately go up versus every sum at the 1995 Oscars, wherever Forrest won 6 awards compared to fictitious. A Quentin Tarantino may include provided Travolta's services for Flesh fictitious, but he was less than success at persuading Warren Beatty to get the name part in Murder Draft. Beatty had reservations on the sum of period Tarantino would expend survey in China and withdrew of the draft, authorizing David Carradine to get on the portion. Else artist Quentin Tarantino got a big fat no of was Will Blacksmith, who was up for the name part in Django relaxed up Jamie Foxx. The one how very got off, although, was the part of Neo in the Array, a draft Blacksmith after declared he would not include bin order for in any case. I monitored Keanu's productivity, and really seldom do I say but I would include messed it up. At House Spot I wasn't clever quite as an artist to let the cinema constitute. Will's woman Jada would go on to job in Reeves in the other and tertiary films in the Array trilogy, time Keanu would job in their son Jaden in The Day the Land Stood Yet. Several year up it became an Oscar-winning movie. Shakespeare in Loving was all set to be a shiny car for the celebrity of Cute Female. Yet Roberts requested Daniel Day-Lewis to be her Shakespeare, and while he rotated the draft downward, so did she. Gwyneth Paltrow would ultimately win an Academia confer, and offer a dashingly emotion adoption speaking, for game the part Roberts rotated downward. Mickey Rourke was CEO Darren Aronofsky's at first selection to act lustful This Memory Robinson, the above-the-hill object of his 2008 movie The Fighter. Sadly, Rourke was box office space venom at the period, so Nicholas Sell was proposed the part instead of. It occurred to me I wasn't departure to be capable to reach the sea out of invoking to steroid use, that I would never do, so I obedient of the cinema. Aronofsky ultimately got Rourke, who injury up in a Gold Ball, a BAFTA and an Oscar appointment. A release of the characteristic was initially published in June 2017.